This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place to tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.
Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy. Good evening, almost morning, ladies and gentlemen, or good night, almost morning. A brand new show. This is a brand new show that we're launching here on NBK. It's the Westchester Knicks Weekly Pod Show. A 30-minute show where we talk about the Westchester Knicks and what's happening with the Westchester Knicks. We're going to have some things going down with it as well, ladies and gentlemen. As a matter of fact, we'll talk about it in a little bit, but the Knicks have their home opener, and we'll probably have some tickets available. So pay attention to that. All right? Anyway, you already know with the Westchester Knicks, ladies and gentlemen, Feron Hunt, Trevor Keels, 2 players with the New York Knicks who are on 2-way contracts that play with Westchester. So it makes sense that we follow the team. Dig what I'm saying? Just makes sense. That way, we can keep tabs on what's going on down there, right? Which players may be bubbling a little bit that the Knicks should keep their eye on, ladies and gentlemen. So let's first start off with, look, the Westchester Knicks have been playing for a little while. A lot of people may not even know, all right, but I think they're 1-4 on the season. They won their first game tonight. All right, so far, the Westchester Knicks, they've played, actually, they may be, let me see, they played one. Oh, let me get to the Westchester Knicks team and not the G League, not the entire G League, and then I can get that information to you a little bit better. All right, but the Westchester Knicks folks, 1-4 on the season. They played the Maine Celtics on November 4th. That was their first game, and they lost 119-111 on the road. All right, and then they played the Maine Celtics again up in Maine on November the 6th, and they lost 121-114. All right, then they played the Raptors 905. They lost that 122-115. Then they played Raptors 905 again in Toronto, or Ontario, and they lost 110-109. And finally, last night or tonight, while the New York Knicks lost to the Phoenix Suns, the Westchester Knicks defeated the College Park Skyhawks. The College Park Skyhawks, ladies and gentlemen, are the Atlanta Hawks affiliate. All right, so the Westchester Knicks finally got on the board, and they were led by Feron Hunt. Feron Hunt had 29 points and 11 rebounds, ladies and gentlemen. You know, and, there's not a lot of people there that you're going to know, obviously, because it's the Westchester Knicks. That's one of the reasons why we're doing this show, so you can get to know who's there. All right, but we'll go ahead and we'll break down the box score for you and let you know who did what. Some of the people you may know. All right, Daquan Jeffries. There were some people who were really excited about Daquan Jeffries being picked up by the New York Knicks. Daquan Jeffries had 15 points and 3 rebounds last night against College Park, the Skyhawks. Feron Hunt, as we said, 29 points and 11 rebounds. Trevor Keels, he had 14 points. You know, I really do want to keep an eye on Trevor Keels and the way that he's doing, because there were a lot of people who were, Trevor Keels, including myself, that was not really high on Trevor Keels. You know what I'm saying? So I want to keep tabs on how he's doing, how he's developing. Remember, Trevor Keels is very young, ladies and gentlemen. And so far, Keels is averaging 13.8 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists for the Westchester Knicks. All right, so that's not terrible. You would hope that, down in Westchester, you're doing a little bit more work because of the level, the level of talent that is there. Not that there aren't talented players, but, your top guys, your top talent, normally, they're killing it in the G League, right? They're dropping 30 points. They're maybe dropping 40 points. Maybe they're averaging 20 to 25 points a game or something like that. Trevor Keels, I think, is going to spend a little bit of time with the Westchester Knicks, developing, honing his craft. But he is young. He was very young coming out of the draft. All right. So, that's a good thing. That's a good thing for the Knicks. Give him time to hone his skills a little bit. Let me see who else did some work down there. You got James Akinjo, right? And this young man, ladies and gentlemen, has really been doing some work for Westchester. We'll talk about him. We're going to talk about some standouts, of course. All right. MJ Walker had 8 points. Quentin Rose had 13 points. A couple of people that you do know. All right. The Westchester Knicks, they shot 50% from the field. They shot 30% from the three-point line in their first win over the College Park Skyhawks, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so big shout out to them for their first win. Now, let's talk about some standouts from the team. And this is just a 30-minute show. All right, so, not going to spend too much time unless, well, sometimes we will, and I'll do some small videos here and there focused on the Westchester Knicks. So it should be good. But anyway, standouts from the team so far. Let's flip over our topic schedule here. Right now, that kid that I just mentioned, James Akinjo, hopefully I'm saying his name correctly. He had 13 points, 15 assists last night as the Westchester Knicks defeated the College Park Skyhawks. He's 6'1", 190 pounds, point guard. Right now, he's averaging 19 points and 12 assists per game. Right, the kid's been putting in work. There's no doubt about it. Right, he's been putting in work. He had a 30-point game, I believe. My only question is this: he's from Baylor. He went undrafted. He's from Baylor. My only question is, the Knicks, Jalen Brunson 6'1", Emmanuel Quickly 6'2". Right? Where does he get? Where would this guy fit within the New York Knicks? A deuce, another small guard. The only thing I can think of is if Emmanuel Quickly were to get traded, maybe this is a guy that they look at. Maybe this is a young man that they consider, right? If Emmanuel Quickly were to get traded from the New York Knicks. There's been rumors out there that Emmanuel Quickly, Derrick Rose, had been at least in conversations. Okay? And if that's the case, it would be nice to have someone who can step in the event that Emmanuel Quickly is traded. All right, so, we'll pay attention to what this young man is doing, but he has been playing very, very well. Again, 19 points, 12.2 assists for this young man. All right. Let me see who else is doing some work for the Westchester Knicks. We'll take a look at what Feron Hunt is doing for the season so far. Feron Hunt, 17 points, 7.6 rebounds. And we're going to get back to Feron Hunt a little bit later in the show. All right, again, it's a short show. It's not super duper long. All right, Feron Hunt, you know who he is. Number 44, 6'8", 195 pounds. We have some, I don't know, do you want to call him veteran Westchester Knicks, MJ Walker, so far this season. If I can get his stuff up here. Wait for the Westchester website to reload for me. MJ Walker, he's averaging 18 points, 3.8 rebounds, and 2 assists. 6'5", 213 pounds. I don't see where MJ Walker is going to be a guy that's coming up to the big boy team anytime soon. You know what I mean? I see him being there. First of all, listen, when you look at the Knicks, you got Quentin Grimes, 6'5", R.J. Barrett, 6'6", right? You got Cam Reddish, who can play the shooting guard or the small forward, 6'8". Evan Fournier is there right now. Maybe not for long, but he's there right now. I don't know where there's any room for MJ Walker, but he's playing. Hopefully he continues to put in work, and somebody somewhere else will see him. He is a guy that can defend, though. And the Knicks are having some trouble defending on that perimeter. We all know it. So maybe that's an area where he could fit in at some point in time with the big boy squad. All right. Right now, those are, pretty much your standout players for the Westchester Knicks. All right, let me see. Let me see a couple other guys and see what they're doing here. Trevor Keels, I told you he's averaging 14 points per game. Right? Garrison Brooks, center. He's averaging 16 points and 15 rebounds. So I lied to you. That's another big guy. He's 6'10", 240. He's doing some things down there as well. 17 points, 15 rebounds. That's pretty good. But listen, the New York Knicks have Mitchell Robinson, Jericho Sims, right? Ihart. There's no room on the New York Knicks for Garrison Brooks. So he'll continue to put in work with the Westchester Knicks and then, see what happens from there. So far, Daquan Jeffries, a defender, 16 points, 4.5 rebounds per game, right? 6'5", 222. He's known as a good defender. I still don't see that the Knicks would bring him up. Even though they're having trouble on the wing, defending the wing position. But I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to talk about it in a little bit. Cam Reddish is out. Who knows how long he's going to be out with a groin injury. Derrick Rose is now out. We don't know how long that's going to be. And then Evan Fournier, he's not even in the rotation at this point in time. So maybe there's something available. We'll definitely see in the coming in the future, in the coming days and months, and et cetera, right? But if, ladies and gentlemen, there is some room available, I would expect Feron Hunt to be the next guy up the bat. Okay, if Cam Reddish, groin injuries can be funny, right? They can be funny. He could be ready to play tomorrow night versus OKC, or he could be out for a little while. And Cam Reddish, he's had his injury histories. History, not history is history. You know what I mean? So, if for whatever reason Cam Reddish has to be out for some extended period of time, well, not for whatever reason, due to his groin injury, then maybe you could be looking at Feron Hunt moving up. And maybe he doesn't get a ton of playing time because you're still going to have Quentin Grimes. If Cam Reddish is out, Quentin Grimes, who can move into that starting position. And last night, Tom Thibodeau used Miles McBride. He didn't go with Evan Fournier. He used Miles McBride. Well, let me back up for a second. Tom Thibodeau's going with a 9-man rotation, right? And normally Cam Reddish is in that rotation. He'd been starting at that small forward, shooting guard / small forward, whatever you want to say. And then Quentin Grimes wasn't in the rotation. Quentin Grimes and Evan Fournier had fallen out of the rotation. So he was going with 9 off the bench. Emmanuel Quickley, Obi Toppin, Jericho Sims, and Derrick Rose. Now Derrick Rose is out. So you got 8 coming off the bench. Derrick Rose and Cam Reddish are out. So you're talking 8 coming off, 8 in the rotation, should I say. Right? So if you're talking 8 in the rotation, that means coming off the bench is Emmanuel Quickley, Jericho Sims right now, or Mitchell Robinson. I guess Mitchell Robinson came off the bench. He'll be back starting soon enough, as soon as he's back in shape. Right? So Mitchell Robinson or Jericho Sims and Obi Toppin. With Derrick Rose out, he may be looking at Miles McBride. You still need something from that wing position. Right now, R.J. Barrett, R.J. Barrett's not playing well. You know what I mean? He's not defending well. He's not shooting well. Feron Hunt, could he come up? Could he move up? Play some minutes? Maybe defend a little bit? Maybe shoot a little bit? Right now, Hunt, he's not, Feron Hunt at the moment. Let's take a look and see what he's doing as far as shooting the basketball and his percentages there. Because the Knicks need guys. The Knicks need shooters. They don't need any more shot takers. They need shot makers. Right now, Feron Hunt in the G League is shooting 61% from the field and 30.8% from the three-point line. So, he's not shooting well from 3. I don't know if that's going to get him to the big boy squad. Obviously, he's on a 2-way, so he would be one of the guys that's next up. Or the guy that's next up, him and Trevor Keels. I guess, a lot's going to depend on what Tom Thibodeau decides to do with that rotation. If he, right now, he would probably, since Quentin Grimes can move into that starting spot, if he goes ahead, if he uses Miles McBride, then I guess he would just keep it a 9-man rotation. It would be Emmanuel Quickley, Miles McBride, Obi Toppin, and either Mitchell Robinson or Jericho Sims, right? So he'd be going a little bit small. He was going small anyway with Derrick Rose. Now, when Cam Reddish comes back, then Miles McBride will, I guess, go back to being situational. And then Cam Reddish would jump into that slot, right? Either, I don't know if there's going to be a decision that Tom Thibodeau has to make now again, right? People, if Cam Reddish didn't get hurt, he might have just remained in that starting spot. Now, Quentin Grimes came in last night and he played well. So there's going to be a decision that Tom Thibodeau has to make there. Whichever one happens, whether Cam Reddish moves back to the starting lineup and Quentin Grimes goes back to the bench, or Grimes stays in the starting lineup and Reddish goes back to the bench. Whatever happens, it looks like Miles McBride is going to be the next guy taking Derrick Rose's spot. But if Cam is out for a little while, I don't know. Maybe Feron Hunt would get a shake every once in a while, especially if, there's a sickness going around, especially if that sickness continues to go around and guys aren't feeling well. You remember a couple of years during COVID, those G League players were, they was getting a lot of bump. Excuse me for that. They were getting a lot of bump, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens now. So I don't know if Hunt will be moving up anytime soon, but I'm glad he's getting some bump. It seems like the Knicks like the kid. That's why they're keeping him around. And if any trades pop off, you might see him up top. That being said, if their trade pops off for Emmanuel quickly, that other young man might step up and get a look. Now, Miles McBride would obviously play first, but he may, move up to maybe being situational, and the Knicks would move some things around to, get him on the squad. I don't know. It's hard to say. That's James Akinjo. Just stay on the lookout for the young man. 13 points, 15 assists last night, averaging 19 points and 12 assists on the season so far. Only 5 games into the season. Only 5 games in, but yeah, 19.2 points, 3.8 rebounds, and 12.6 assists. He's shooting 46% from the field and 38.7% from the three-point line. You know what I mean? The Knicks need shooting. They need facilitation. Stay on the lookout. My question to you all, for those who are here, if, ladies and gentlemen, if you were the Knicks, would you try to lock this young man up, or do you want to see more before you try to, listen, the Knicks can move around these two-way contracts. They can say, oh, you know what, Trevor, we're going to let you still play for the Westchester Knicks, but we're going to give that two-way to Akinjo, right? Would you sign this kid to a two-way? Right? That's what I want to know about James Akinjo. Let me know in the chat. Put it in the chat. Tell me what you would do. Let Trevor Kills go and keep Akinjo, or do you want to see more? Do you want to see him do it more? It's only been 5 games into the season so far. All right, shout out to Pudge Nice. He said, I'm going to see Hunt play on Tuesday. Yeah, that's what's up, because Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen, is the Westchester Knicks home opener. And Pudge, if you haven't bought the tickets, I have a couple of tickets right behind the Knicks bench that I plan on giving away. So make sure you tune in tomorrow for the game preview and the post-game show. We'll talk about it on the game preview. I'll put some information out there, and we'll announce the winners on the post-game show. All right, I wanted to get it done tonight, but I wasn't able to get it done. As a matter of fact, I may do another show, or another Westchester Knicks show after the post-game show, just to give away the tickets. All right, so make sure you join in tomorrow. Make sure you're there tomorrow so I can get this information out to you. All right, and maybe you get a chance to go to the Westchester Knicks home opener. It's on Tuesday, the 22nd. I have 2 tickets to give away, courtesy of NBK, Dope Soul, and Knicks and Bruises. All right, 2 tickets right behind the bench, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, and we're working on an event where, people who support the Westchester Knicks we all come in. We do like like we do with the Knicks for the home opener, right? We do a get together. We do a podcast right at the stadium. Maybe have some food and things there. It should be a dope event. I'll let you know when that date is. We're actually going to talk with our representatives in the Westchester Knicks tomorrow to see if we can work out a date to get this done. All right, so be on the lookout for that. That should be pretty dope, ladies and gentlemen. And the Westchester Knicks this year are playing in Bridgeport. All right, so if you're in Connecticut, get out there, watch the guys play, support them. You know what I'm saying? Get out there and watch them play and support them. All right. The home opener is Tuesday. They play College Park once again. They play the College Park Skyhawks once again. So that should be fun. They just beat them. I'm not going to say that they're going to beat them again, but let's hope that they do beat them again. The game starts at 7, I believe. Let me check that for you just to be sure. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to watch them play, some of the games, not all of them, but some of the games are on YouTube, right? They stream them live they stream them, and then you can watch the replays on YouTube. Sometimes you can watch the game live on YouTube. Whenever the Westchester Knicks games are replayed on YouTube, you'll be able to go into my, you'll be able to go to my channel, and you'll be able to see my playlists and check out their games and replays and things like that. The weekly pod show will be linked there as well, so that you can see it all. All right. So, keep tabs, because the G League, ladies and gentlemen, is growing, and there's already been some stars come out of the G League. There'll be more guys come out of the G League. So pay attention to it. Yes, the game Tuesday is at 7 p.m. In Bridgeport, Connecticut. It says here that it'll be aired on NBA TV as well as MSG. The Knicks do not play that night. All right, so if you can get out to the game, get out there. It's inexpensive. I mean, you can. I mean, just about any seat in the stadium is going to be good, right? And you can get tickets, ladies and gentlemen. You might be able to get tickets $10, $15, $20, and get excellent seats. All right, so go out there and have a good time. Support the Westchester Knicks. Talking about the remainder of the schedule, folks. They play on the 22nd. That's their next home game. And they play a lot of road games. All right, they definitely play a lot of road games. But they play at home on the 22nd. That's the home opener. Then they play on Saturday the 26th versus the Long Island Nets. All right, then they're back home on the 28th versus the Greensboro Swarm. They play the Greensboro Swarm twice at home, Monday the 28th and Tuesday the 29th. And, when we get into December and January, I'll be at some of these games. November is just a tough month for me because basketball season is just starting up. High school basketball is just starting up. So it's a little bit tough for me to get out there. You know what I mean? On December 1st, they play the College Park Skyhawks again at home. December 3rd, they're at home versus the Capital City Go-Go. December 5th, they're at home versus the Capital City Go-Go. Make sure you go to their website and check it out. All right? But ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this show. I'll be doing this show weekly and some standalone videos as well. Okay? Stay tuned to it. There's going to be more to come with the show, and I think it's going to be a good show. I think you'll enjoy it. Right? Again, well, any kind of rumors about who might be coming to the Westchester Knicks or who might be moving up to the Knicks, or if players are moving down to Westchester, and the events they have going on. All right, we may get some interviews with some of the players. Right? So stay tuned with what we're doing here. And tomorrow, during the game preview, we're going to announce the process for you to get entered into contest to win tickets to the Westchester Knicks home opener game. That is on the 22nd of November. That's Tuesday. This Tuesday coming up. The Knicks play tomorrow night versus OKC, 8 p.m. Westchester Knicks play on Tuesday, 7 p.m. versus the not Capital City, the College Park Skyhawks. All right. Then tomorrow night, I jump on, do another show so that we can announce the winners. And one last thing. We are looking for somebody who is in Connecticut who might be willing to attend the games and then report to NBK. Jump on the live stream and report. Maybe even jump on this show and report with me. If that's something that you're interested in, all right, if that is something you're interested in, I'm going to put my email in the chat and hit me up. All right. let me let you know this. You got to be available, right? You will not have to pay to go to the games. Okay, we'll be able to give you access to get into the games. And then we'll ask you to report back. So if it's something that you're interested in, hit me up and we could talk about ways that we can make that happen. All right. And obviously we got to see, what do you like on camera? Can you rock it on the screen? You know what I mean? Do you have enough, can you get some equipment so that you have, clear video, nice sound, all that good stuff. But if you're interested, hit me up. We'll talk about it and see what we can do. All right, this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is the Westchester Knicks Weekly Pod Show. All right, the Westchester Knicks Weekly Pod Show, where we talk about the Westchester Knicks. We may talk about some New York Knicks, but the focus of the show is the Westchester Knicks. So, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate your time. I'm going to get out of here. This is the first show. Maybe it was a little bit rocky, might have been a little bit rocky. I think I see my video stopping and you know what I mean? But it'll get better. Trust me. Just stay with it, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate your time, and we're going to head up out of here. Catch you tomorrow. Peace.
This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place to tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.